Okay, I'm honest, right? Okay, let's change gears. Good stuff now. Once again, like I said, Solutionist fan, Brian's Hope, Jeannie Richards was my hero, other organizations that make a difference, even Drug-Free All-Stars. Let's talk about some gratitude. So, as people that have dealt with adversity, strife, and loss of life, does anybody have an idea why gratitude is a really good idea? Any ideas on gratitude? Why that would be a good spiritual tool to combat depression, anxiety, other issues? Absolutely, absolutely. So imagine if you have an addiction problem. Imagine if you get put in a cage, and when you're in the cage, all you do is smile at your captor. Imagine we live in a world where addiction kills people that we love, and we leave this fan meeting smiling, even though we're in pain. The smile is an act of defiance. It shows my spirit hasn't been broken. You'll see me smiling quite a lot, and I got PTSD. And part of the reason why I do that, it's an active act of defiance. It shows my PTSD. It shows addiction. You may have killed people that I love and care about, but you haven't broken my spirit. So in the same idea behind that smile, we can look at gratitude, and Emma kind of promoted that with the gratitude journals that have been passed out. This is a very important concept. And so when people focus on gratitude, it helps them heal. What addiction loves is resentments, angers, and fears. Those three key items will allow you to do all kinds of silly stuff and keep using drugs and alcohol. As long as you resent the world, have anger for your present condition, and fear the future, you can use drugs with all kinds of great excuses. As soon as you accept your past, right, and have love for your current condition, and then if you have gratitude for it, you become basically a person that can be unbreakable. Gratitude gives you the kind of strength that doesn't break you. So when you have 4 flat tires, you look at your car, you say with a smile, the spare is not flat, because it's an act of defiance. I am grateful for that one tire that's not flat. It's a very hard mindset. One of my clients that I work with for life coaching has mental impairment, like you see in Special Olympics. He comes in my office, he's all my drug-free stuff everywhere. He goes, Raj, do those people you work with, do they use drugs and alcohol? And we'll call him Michael. He's a mindset of like a 6-year-old. I go, yes, Michael, they use drugs and alcohol. He goes, Raj, do you know that drugs and alcohol is really bad for their brains? And I go, actually, Michael, they all know that. Then he says this to me, the brilliance of this young man. He says, then why would they take that stuff? Right? This is the same guy who ran the Special Olympics that came in last place and was cheering himself because he ran. He's smarter than me because he figured out how to be happy. There's a trick to the game. By being grateful, by dumbing it down and looking at this from a different lens, you become happy. If you're going to study a weak heart, study a strong heart. If you're going to study depression, study happiness. So these people that have actual happiness, the people that are the Pollyannas, that are always smiling, always grinning, unbreakable spirits. One of the common themes in their lives is gratitude. They think that way. They act that way. They have faith in the future, gratitude for their current condition, and with the past they have what's called acceptance. So moving forward with that, I recommend everybody in this room as a tool for success. The best way to do it is having a gratitude journal. Every night before you go to bed, write down 5 things you're grateful for. By doing that, you enhance your gratitude. It recalibrates your brain and brings you into becoming a higher vibration person, okay? Watch this. Imagine if you wanted to destroy someone's life and make it really miserable. It's very simple. The test on this too. They have people come into this, college students, there's 20 of them. They say every day write down things that you're jealous of or that make you angry. All day long, at least 10 things. Right, for 30 days. What happened to the depression and anxiety? Went through the roof. So you want to become depressed and anxious, focus on all things that you don't have, things that you're jealous of, things that make you angry. You can make yourself actively anxious and depressed. Knowing that what we think can change how we feel ties back into gratitude. I ask you, everybody in this room, tell me about all the bad things that ever happened to you for an hour. And you do that. And I go, okay, great session, we're done here. But what are you talking about, man? I feel really bad. No, this is a great therapy. Yes, you talked about the bad things. See, I say, okay, spend an hour talking to me about all the good things that have happened to your life and your plans for the future. After that hour is over, how are you going to feel? You're going to feel happy. You're going to feel blessed. You're going to feel future-oriented. Addiction has no future orientation to it. People in active addiction say, hey, man, what's your 2-year plan? 2-year plan? Hey, Hey, what's your 5-year plan? 5-year plan? No, addiction is a 24-hour operation. You got a timer on your neck. I got to get more drugs and alcohol 24 hours. Let's roll. There's no future orientation. And gratitude provides future orientation. Is that making sense? So everyone in this room, I want to thank you guys for letting me be here. Thank you, Emma, for inviting me. Frankie, it's so great to see you. My heart is really warm. I don't know what to say. I'm so humbled by the presence of all you winners in here. You know, it's just really great to have a chance to share my information with you. We got some books to give away. We got some t-shirts to give away. We got a pillow to give away. But most importantly, whatever I can do to help people, please be aware of that. You know, I have a wonderful YouTube channel called Ask the Therapist, all kinds of educational videos. And I just want to thank you guys for letting me be here. Thank you so much.
Brothers. This girl right here, this girl is a miracle. I prayed this girl up in recovery. I'm so grateful for her.
Okay, so me and my sponsor, we do gratitude list every single day. And today my gratitude list was being able to work a job that doesn't interfere with my recovery, having a healthy son who is smart, artistic, and capable, having a significant other who pushes me to be better rather than drag me down, having met a sponsor that helps me seeing a broader perspective, having met the most amazing people in NA who love me. The meeting that I went to in the city today was truly eye-opening, having the capabilities to be of service of others in a healthy way, having love in my heart, having the ability to show true concern for others in their time of need, and the food, shelter, and air essential to the human body.
Amy, you want to come up and give some gratitude? No, your gratitude that you're not sick anymore? We just traveled out of the country and Amy got sick. Come on, Leo. Don't make me cry. No, I have no idea. Okay, anybody else? So one of the things that Bree read from was a list that she makes every day. And Emma alluded to how when we're in recovery, that is like a spiritual change that happens to us, this gratitude that we have to find, right? Where we find hope. So does anybody want to come up and share where their gratitude is today? All right, JR.
All right, I don't need a mic because I got a loud mouth.
Okay.
30 years ago, I started a journey to trouble. You know, I'm 41 today. At age 11, I was arrested with drugs. And for many years, you know, I struggled with everything that you talked about, you know, like being around it and always being around it and stuff. And I always blame that, you know, on my troubles is like I'm always around it. My family owned bars. I've been around trouble and this and that. You know, today, I spent 15 years altogether locked up. Probably a little more, maybe a little less, but for 18 months now, you know, I've always said, well, I'm thankful that I was able to get a chance, you know, to change my life and get help. But then you know, the more I'm breaking it down and the farther I'm getting in recovery, is I'm starting to realize that I always had that chance. I always had that choice that you were speaking on. And I always, you know, blamed and said, you know, the courts would never give me a chance, or the courts would never give me that choice. But then, you know, I wasn't ready. I was never ready. You know, so, you know, when I spoke out and said I support the people that's still struggling out there, because I know how it is. I know how it was. And most of us that's living in houses in recovery and, you know, in the program and stuff, we're all the same. We ain't no different than, you know, each other. We all have the same struggles, financial, all of it. Gratitude for me today, I'd say, I'm thankful that I can accept today that I made the choice within myself, not because of the court. Because just like you said that nobody would say you would make it. I'll tell you right now, there's more people on my side that said that I won't make it. And I'll tell you right now, that whole side that said I wouldn't make it, guess what side they're on now? They're rooting behind me. And that feels good. You know, it feels good.